The Governing Council today decided to keep the three key ECB interest rates unchanged. Inflation is currently at around our 2% medium-term target, and our assessment of the inflation outlook is broadly unchanged. Investment should also be underpinned by substantial government spending on infrastructure and defense. Higher tariffs, a stronger euro, and increased global competition are expected to hold growth back for the rest of the year. However, the effect of these headwinds on growth should fade next year. While recent trade agreements have reduced uncertainty somewhat, the overall impact of the change in the global policy environment will only become clear over time. The Governing Council considers it crucial to urgently strengthen the euro area and its economy in the present geopolitical environment. Fiscal and structural policies should make the economy more productive, competitive, and resilient. 1 year on from the release of Mario Draghi's report on the future of European competitiveness, it remains essential to follow up on its recommendations with further concrete action and to accelerate implementation in line with the European Commission's roadmap. Governments should prioritize growth-enhancing structural reforms and strategic investment while ensuring sustainable public finance. It is critical to complete the Savings and Investment Union and the Banking Union to an ambitious timetable and to rapidly establish the legislative framework for the potential introduction of our digital euro. Risks to economic growth have become more balanced. While recent trade agreements have reduced uncertainty, a renewed worsening of trade relations could further dampen exports and drag down investment and consumption. A deterioration in financial market sentiment could lead to tighter financing conditions, greater risk aversions, and weaker growth. Geopolitical tensions, such as Russia's unjustified war against Ukraine and the tragic conflict in the Middle East, remain a major source of uncertainty. By contrast, higher than expected defense and infrastructure spending, together with productivity-enhancing reforms, would add to growth. An improvement in business confidence could stimulate private investment. Sentiment could also be lifted and activity spurred if geopolitical tensions diminished or if the remaining trade disputes were resolved faster than expected. The outlook for inflation remains more uncertain than usual as a result of the still volatile global trade policy environment. A stronger euro could bring inflation down further than expected. Moreover, inflation could turn out to be lower if higher tariffs lead to lower demand for euro area exports and induce countries with overcapacity to further increase their export to the euro area.
Are you happy with this expectation? And my second question is, how much of a slowdown in the US economy would be necessary before it significantly affects the euro area economy and therefore the monetary policy of the ECB? Thank you.
You know, I don't have to be happy or unhappy. I think that markets do what they have to do, and we do, central bank, what we have to do. Now, of course, as I said, we monitor markets, always. And as you know, also, as part of our projections, we account for market position at a certain point in time. So in a way, we also factor into our assumptions a particular situation. But, you know, I'm not going to repeat one more time what I have said about where we are, where we continue to be, where we want to continue to be, which will require that each and every time we take stock, we look at data, and we determine what monetary policy stance is appropriate to continue to be in a good place. That's the course that we will take invariably. Now, you know, we have discussed the situation of the global economy, global growth, and obviously we look at the United States, we look at China, we look at Japan, the rest of the world. And I think on the US, there are two stories. You have the stories of the slight decline, possible more decline, but you also have the story of productivity, of artificial intelligence, of the Magnificent Seven. So I think that we need to bring all of it together and see what kind of spillovers there will be to our economies as a result. But the key focus at the moment, as far as the US-Europe relationship is concerned, really focuses on trade and how much more we're going to learn of this trade situation and the repercussions that it will have, taking into account the overall spread of the tariff changes that have taken place and will continue to take place. Thank you very much.